My partner posted on X that he's financially struggling, and I'm essentially supporting our entire relationship. She shared it shortly after I declined to cover her manicure appointment. I reposted it and added, "Best wishes supporting yourself." When she returned home, she discovered her card disconnected from all my accounts. I, 26 male, had spent more than a year silently bankrolling another person's curated online presence. Grace, 25 female, and I dated for 16 months. She held a part-time position at a clothing store, working roughly 20 hours weekly, earning around $100 to $200 monthly. I'm a developer earning $92,000 annually. The signs were obvious from the beginning in hindsight. One Tuesday afternoon, I was working at my computer when my notification went off. Grace had posted on X, "He's struggling financially and I'm pretty much supporting us. When you're the main provider, but he behaves like he's in charge. Women, don't ever lower your standards." Timestamp 2:47 p.m., immediately after I explained I couldn't send her $85 via app for nails since funds were limited that month. I stared at the post for a full minute, then I checked my finance app. Her apartment rent, $400 per month, covered by me for 11 consecutive months. Vehicle payment, $340 on auto pay from my account for 9 months. Her mobile bill, $75 monthly on my family plan. Streaming services, Netflix, Spotify, Hulu, all billed to my cards. Food shopping, likely $400 monthly just for her apartment. Meals out, at least $600 per month. I'd been so occupied with my job that I never totaled it up. I reposted her message and commented simply, "Best wishes supporting yourself." Then I accessed every platform, every recurring charge, every subscription, revoked her authorized access, updated passwords, canceled cards linked to her. The entire procedure took 18 minutes. My resolve remained firm throughout. To provide context, Grace and I connected at a friend's summer gathering on a rooftop. She was witty, stunning, possessed this vibrant aura that made you feel like the center of her world. We chatted nonstop for hours. She mentioned her role at a trendy shop in the city center, said she adored style, but the salary was challenging. It didn't register as a red flag then. Early in dating, she'd note finances were strained. Her retail gig hardly met essentials. Housing costs were overwhelming, vehicle payments burdensome. I began assisting occasionally, covering meals, paying for rides, giving her $50 for food items. It seemed normal. I earned well. She was facing difficulties. That's what caring people do, right? It progressed gradually. 3 months together, her building owner increased rent by $200. She broke down, showed up at my apartment in tears, worried she'd have to relocate to her family's home. I suggested covering the extra temporarily. Temporary turned indefinite. She never mentioned repayment. I never pushed. 6 months in, her vehicle required $800 in fixes. She lacked savings. Cards were at limits. I handled it. She vowed installments of $50 monthly. Not a single payment arrived. When I raised it once, she grew upset. I thought we'd moved beyond tracking scores. 8 months along, she requested added access to my credit card for urgent situations. "Just in case," she explained. "What if something happens to the car and you're unavailable?" It seemed reasonable then. Those urgencies became routine coffee stops, web purchases, regular salon visits, hair treatments, fresh clothing for social media shots. But gratitude was absent. It felt entitled, as if it was my duty. When I'd point out the disparity, she'd reverse it. "You earn far more than me. Partnerships aren't transactional. You're acting possessive." Acts of service are my way of showing love. I began accepting her view. Perhaps I was overly focused on details. Maybe this was standard in committed relationships. Her online profile painted another picture, however. Weekly updates. Daily outfit photos featuring $200 footwear I'd purchased. Cafe images from spots I funded. Getaway snapshots from vacations I financed. Captions praising self-reliance, building your own success, recognizing your value, refusing to compromise, embodying a driven woman managing everything solo. Her audience grew to 4,000. All believing she was this empowered figure thriving independently. I stayed silent. I believed discreet support was noble, no need for acknowledgement or praise, just desired her contentment. My buddies observed, though. My housemate Timothy commented 3 months prior, "Dude, she's taking advantage of you." I stood up for her. "She's in a tough period." "The tough period is draining your funds, man." I ignored the warning. That post shifted my perspective entirely. After reposting, I silenced my device and resumed tasks, attempting to concentrate on programming tasks. Couldn't manage it. My thoughts looped back to her labeling me struggling while residing in housing I funded, operating a vehicle I paid for, using a phone I covered. Around 4:30 p.m., notifications exploded. I disregarded them, completed my shift, shut down at 6 p.m. precisely. Then reviewed 37 messages from Grace, beginning with bewilderment, escalating to fury, concluding in desperation. Why repost that? It was meant as humor. People are inquiring. Stephen, respond. My card failed at the market. Stephen, what have you done? This isn't amusing. Can't access streaming. Did you alter logins? Contact me immediately. I didn't reply. Instead, created a document tallying every cost I'd handled over the year. Housing, vehicle, mobile, coverage, food, dining, leisure, purchases, presents. Monthly breakdowns, categorized, detailed. September housing, $400, October, same, and so on. Vehicle payments, $9 at $340, mobile, $12 at $75, coverage, $6 at $120, food, average $400 monthly, dining, $600 minimum monthly, leisure, concerts, films, outings, $200 monthly, purchases, $300, $500 monthly on apparel and beauty. Grand total, $24,680 over 12 months. I'd sustained her whole existence while she posted about supporting me. Saved the file as evidence XLSX. My housemate Timothy entered around 7 p.m. Man, your partner's messaging me nonstop. What's going on? Showed him the post, then the document. His expression shifted from puzzled to stunned to outraged. Damn, bro. 25 grand in a year. That's enough for a home deposit. Plans, nothing further required. I'd already acted. Grace arrived at 8:15 p.m., no knock. She possessed a spare key. Stormed into my space while I read, "What's your issue? Nothing at all. Why revoke access to everything? Because you're not supporting us." I am. It was humor, Stephen, humor. You shamed me publicly. You shamed yourself. I merely set the record straight. She began weeping furious tears. You're committing abuse, monetary abuse. You can't abruptly withdraw support. I can control my personal finances, Grace. Those were my cards, my services, my funds, but we're a couple. You're meant to back me. I've backed you for over a year while you informed the web you supported me. Displayed the document on my screen. She skimmed it briefly. I don't care about your document. This concerns dominance. Is it? From my view, it appears you've dominated me for months, pressuring me to cover all costs while portraying independence digitally. You earn more, you can handle it. That's not partnership. You give what you're able, we divide equitably. I've covered 95% of expenses. That's not equitable. That's me serving as a funding source. So you're finished, just like that, not suddenly. I've been finished since you misrepresented me to thousands. She changed approach. Voice softened. Darling, apologies. I didn't intend it that way. Pressure from work lately. Then secure better employment, additional shifts, or cheaper housing. Don't spread falsehoods about your benefactor. I'll remove the post. Removed. Will you restore my access? No. Tenderness evaporated. You'll force me to face hardship. You possess your employment, your earnings. Utilize them, not sufficient. Then address that yourself, not my responsibility. Fine, I don't require you. Perfect. Return my spare key. She hurled it at me. Remove your belongings by Friday or I'll dispose of them. Update 1. She exited, slamming the door forcefully. I secured it after her. Notifications surged again 20 minutes later. Not only Grace, but her circle. Group messages labeling me stingy, broke, domineering, how true partners provide. I'd remain single forever. I silenced all. Online activity intensified. Grace's initial post had 300 approvals pre-repost, now 2,000. Mine reached 5,000. Responses divided, half deeming me vindictive, half exposing her. One noted. She claimed supporting him, then raged when he allowed her to. Another, boldness to label a man struggling while using his funds is wild. Users investigated, captures of her profile images, attire from tagged labels, venues checked in, trips posted. Someone estimated her displayed lifestyle. $3,000, $4,000 monthly. Another located her professional profile listing part-time sales role. Figures didn't align. One summarized, earns $100, $200 monthly, yet lives like $5,000. Someone's covering it and it's not her. Grace began removing content. Profile dropped from 200 images to 50 rapidly, but captures endure, shared endlessly. Her replies filled with inquiries she evaded. Timothy messaged, "Bro, you're viral, iconic." I didn't feel iconic, felt exhausted. Update 2, Wednesday dawn, 600 alerts. Grace shared a lengthy thread overnight, 10 posts detailing emotional mistreatment, monetary mistreatment, coercion. How I'd separated her, created reliance, then withdrawn to inflict pain. Portrayed herself victim, me villain. Issue users demanded specifics, concrete instances. She offered none, only vague claims. Meanwhile, archived content resurfaced praising self-sufficiency. Inconsistencies evident. How independent if he dominated all. How isolated if constantly with companions and images. Unknown caller, Grace's mom, Megan? Yes. Resolve this. Nothing to resolve, Megan. I sustained your daughter's existence over a year while she labeled me struggling publicly. She has zero now due to you. She has precisely what existed pre-me, employment and earnings. You're cruel, I'm factual. Megan disconnected. Grace's sibling called next, identical tone, demands outcome. Then intriguing, Grace's colleague Deborah messaged privately. Heads up, Grace told workplace for months you're struggling, she covers all. Even displayed fabricated payment requests claiming you pleaded for funds. Now viewing online, realized her deceptions. Requested captures. She provided 6, each depicting Grace fabricating to colleagues. I archived them, didn't share. By Wednesday afternoon, her version crumbled. Thread received community edition linking erased content, highlighting income lifestyle mismatch. She erased the thread by night. Update 3, Thursday escalation. Grace submitted police complaint alleging theft of her items. Officers arrived evening, inquiry regarding Grace Hayes? Certainly. Regarding. She alleges possession of her property. She held a key, I reclaimed it, not theft. Glad to return what she truly owns. Sir, her items, clothing, hygiene products, cosmetics. I'll prepare a bag, they observed as I gathered. Anything further, computer device. Computer mine, purchased 2 years ago. Device on my plan. Proof of purchase, displayed 2022 online order. Officers agreed, seems non-criminal civil matter, no entitlement to your finances. They departed, informed her no grounds. Friday morning, she uploaded tearful clip, 5 minutes lamenting how I destroyed her existence, left her destitute, unable to cover housing or meals, facing homelessness. Delivery dramatic. Responses sympathetic initially, then query, why not use employment funds? She erased clip soon after. Saturday, bank notification, fraud attempt adding user to account. Rejected. Contacted security, blocked. Origin. Grace's device. She attempted remote re-edition, submitted fraud claim. Sunday, her companions arrived, 3 pounding door, shouting insults. Recorded summoned management, escorted with no entry notices. Monday, attorney email, Grace's counsel threatening litigation for distress, slander. Seeking $15,000 plus apology. My counsel reviewed, chuckled, baseless. Can't litigate halting voluntary aid. No obligation persisted. Truth defends slander. Counter harassment if continued. Proceed. Response. Client evidenced optional aid, totaling $24,680. No contract for ongoing. Not entitled to finances. No further contact. Weeks elapsed, online buzz faded, but Grace's reality altered. Via shared contacts, relocated to parents, couldn't sustain housing solo. Surrendered leased vehicle post-payment failures. Increased boutique hours, added serving role. Profile quieted, weekly posts max. No cafe images, attire displays, trips. Foundation built on my funds, absent, no material. Audience fell 4,000 to 2,100. Attempted reboots, posts on harmful former partners, monetary mistreatment, but audience held evidence, challenged in replies. She erased, silenced. Deborah messaged again. Grace disciplined, tardiness from bus commutes, messaging clients for funds. Leadership discovered, probation. Didn't reply, no longer relevant. My existence enhanced, cleared $4,000 card balance. Resumed saving. Gym routine dropped 15 pounds, more social time. Career focus earned advancement, 15% increase. Began dating anew late September. Brenda, educator, solid income, demands equal division. When I suggested covering third outing, no thanks, I handle my share. Always, you fine with that? Nearly chuckled, absolutely fine. Shared the Grace account on 5th date. She listened fully. Concluded you're kind-hearted, exploited, happens, but you resolved it, that requires resolve. 4 months post that post cutoff, post turmoil. Grace attempted contact twice. Via acquaintance requesting discussion, no. Via anonymous profile claiming longing, blocked instantly. Her situation steadied, found shared housing, extra role permanent. Resumed posting, altered tone, authentic, less polished, smaller but genuine following. I no longer monitor. Indifferent. That phase concluded. Some question if I regret the approach, if private discussion, conversation first, apology opportunity needed. No, she publicized it. I publicized facts. She broadcasted my supposed struggle to 4,000. I provided evidence. Engage public battles, face public outcomes. Amusing aspect, both posts remain. Hers alleging support of me, mine wishing her success alone. Occasionally, users discover forward captures. Irony endures. Brenda viewed recently, laughed extensively. She believed herself clever. Yes, until calculations intervened. You'll avoid that trap again, correct? Absolutely. We divide evenly. You cover yours, I cover mine. That's mature partnership. And the insight, affection isn't measured by financial contribution. It's rooted in mutual regard, truthfulness, equality. Grace sought no equal, she sought a backer. When you're merely a resource to another, the bond ended long ago. Some labeled me vindictive, harsh, unfeeling. Possibly. But also weary. Weary of exploitation, weary of misrepresentation, weary of subsidizing one who viewed me struggling while utilizing my resources. The document remains archived, evidence XLSX, likely never reopen. No need, the figures narrated fully. $24,780 across 12 months, irrecoverable funds, but gained superior. Dignity, tranquility, autonomy, and truly that's invaluable. To those identifying with my experience, you're not a funding machine, not a mobile wallet. If another extracts your resources while disrespecting you openly, they're no companion. They're a parasite. Parasites persist until extracted. I extracted mine via one repost and 18 minutes of security updates. Finest 18 minutes invested. Grace, should you see this, hope you've grasped it. Hope independence means actual bill payment, not online statements. Perhaps appreciate supporters rather than labeling them struggling publicly. But truthfully, no longer concerns me. Best wishes supporting yourself.